housing shortage.
What does it mean? I'm Tamra Berman.
And I'm Ozzie Martinez with Century 21 Your Heritage.
Let's take a look at the housing shortage and what it means for sellers. One of the hottest topics of conversation in today's real estate market is the shortage of available homes. Simply put, there are many more potential buyers than there are homes for sale. As a seller, you've likely heard that the low supply is good news for you. It means your house will get more attention and likely more offers. But as life begins to return to normal, you may be wondering if that's something that will change.
While it may be tempting to blame the pandemic for the current inventory shortage, the pandemic can't take all the credit. While it did make some sellers hold off on listing their houses over the past year, the truth is the low supply of homes was years in the making. Let's take a look at the root cause and what the future holds to uncover why now is still a great time to sell.
Where did this shortage come from? It's not just today's high buyer demand. Our low supply goes hand in hand with the number of new homes built over the past decades. According to Sam Cater, VP and Chief Economist at Freddie Mac, the main driver of the housing shortfall has been the long-term decline in the construction of single-family homes.
Data in the recent report from the National Association of Realtors tells the same story. New home construction has been lagging behind the norm for quite some time. Historically, builders completed an average of 1.5 million new housing units per year. However, since the housing bubble in 2008, the level of new home construction has fallen off.
That means if we build even more houses than the norm every year, it's still going to take a decade to close the underbuilding gap, contributing to today's supply and demand mix. Does that mean today's ultimate seller market is here to stay?
We're already starting to see an increase in the new home construction, which is great news, but newly built homes can't bridge the supply gap we're facing right now on their own. In the State of the Nation's Housing 2021 report, the Joint Center for Housing Studies of Harvard University says, although part of the answer to the nation's housing shortage, new construction can only do so much to ease the short-term supply constraints. To meet today's strong demand, more existing single-family homes must come on the market.
Early indicators show more existing home inventory is on its way. When we look at existing homes, the latest reports signal that housing supply is growing gradually month over month. This uptick in existing homes for sale shows things are beginning to shift.
So what does this all mean for you? Just because life is starting to return to normal, it doesn't mean you missed out on the best time to sell. It's not too late to take advantage of today's seller's market and use rising equity and low interest rates to make your next move.
The bottom line, folks, it's still a great time to sell. Even though housing supply is starting to trend up, it's still hovering near historic lows. Let's connect to discuss how you can list your house and use the inventory shortage to get the best possible terms for you.